As we know, Australia is a country that has a high degree of weather and climate variability, and extremes are the things that really hurt. So having tools that can help people be able to prepare and mitigate is really important going into the future.
We're seeing a lot more climate extremes right around the world at the moment. And of course, extremes in heat, extremes in rainfall have a big impact upon agriculture. Lots of farmers said to us, look, I can handle periods of a bit drier or a bit wetter, but I really struggle when those conditions are extreme. So can you make better forecasts for those periods when I really need to know what's going to happen? Forewarned is Forearmed project is looking at ways that we can predict for those extremes and hence forewarn people of conditions coming up that may have a big impact upon their operations. In terms of the 5 products, there were 2 products that gave us new maps that you could look at for all of Australia. And that's the chance of having unusually wet or dry or unusually hot or cold temperatures over the coming months. And there's also the 3-day burst maps showing you the amount of rainfall that you might get in a short burst or over a short period of time.
So this is showing the chance of getting 3 days having 25 mils of rain. And so you can see there's an over 40% chance of having 3 days of 25 mils in large areas of Eastern Australia.
Yeah, and considering some of southeast Queensland, it's their drier time of year, that's a significant burst. Then there was also 3 products that zoomed into your location and up pops new information. Climograms enables you to look out for the weeks through to months through to seasons ahead and get sort of a bit of a forecast graph of what might happen over that period. Probability of exceedance enables you to, for your particular location, to look up the chance of a particular rainfall amount. And the final one is what we call quintile bars, but basically looking at the probability of getting chunks of rainfall that might be the driest 20% or the wettest 20%, and those other 20% in between. Combined together, they really give you a lot of tools to manage the extremes that may happen over the weeks to months to seasons ahead.
So here, for example, the forecast showing what is your chance of getting a really wet decile 9 or 10 seasons. So this is really showing the shift in the odds to having, that wetter, wetter season.
But you can't rule out there being rainfall in some of these lower ones. It's just you need to be wary of this quite extreme one at the end.
The Forewarned is Forearmed project is a 5-year project that's funded by the Australian Government's Rural R&D for Profit program. It has support from several research and development corporations, as well as universities, the Bureau and state departments. We've had reference groups in beef and sheep, in dairy, sugar, grains and wine. It's all about increasing the tools in your decision-making toolbox.
The project's been fantastic because it's brought together individual farmers, it's brought together researchers from the Bureau and from universities. It's taking things really from what the user absolutely needs down there on the paddock right through to products released on the Bureau's website. And the whole chain of interactions in between has been wonderful to work on.